Hello, Bolt here, and welcome to the first video of Sonicember. So, Sonic CD. Released for the Sega CD in 1993, and remade by Christian Whitehead in iOS, PC, and modern consoles in 2011, it was... well, I can personally describe it in many ways, but the word good usually isn't the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I don't really like this game. Compared to the other Sonic platformers that released on the Genesis or its add-ons, I just kind of find it mediocre. Not to say it has no good aspect. I like the cutscenes, a few of the levels like Quartz, Quadrant, or Palmtree Panic are decent, and I like the special stages. That being said, I still have a lot of reasons why I don't like it. From the tedious exploration that you need to get 100%, to the poor level design, to the terrible time travel mechanics, and what we'll be talking about today, the utterly horrendous lineup of bosses. The Genesis Sonic games aren't known for having the best bosses outside of maybe Sonic 3, but even that's stretching it. But these bosses are a set of the stupidest, most pathetic, and on occasion, most annoying bosses in the series. And I'm going over why these bosses suck in this video. So without further ado, let's burn through this. This has to be the most pathetic first boss in Sonic history. All you need to do is go behind him and hit him 3 times. That's literally it. It's not even hard to go behind him. You just spin dash or super peel out to the edge of the screen and there, easy victory. Like, I know this is the first boss, so of course it's gonna be easy, but when there are Kirby games that have harder first bosses, there's a problem. Heck, the Sonic 2 boss fight was harder than this one, and that one was literally just an open target. I honestly don't even know what else to say here. So yeah, let's move on to the next zone. This boss somehow falls into both the annoying and pathetic category. The annoying part comes from the stupid pinball minigame, which I know I've never mentioned this, but I really don't like pinball levels in Sonic. Like, Casino Night was okay, but literally everything else is either average at best or just frustrating at worst. We already had enough of this crap in the actual zone, so to make the boss fight just a casino boss was just no. But you know what's funny? Despite the annoying course that makes it very easy to die or get hit, this boss is still pathetically easy, since once you reach the top, all you need to do is hit Eggman's platform 3 times and there, boss beat. Like, talk about a letdown. You forced me through a stupid pinball game and this is all you're gonna give me? This boss feels like a thrown together mess. That's all I have to say. Let's move on to the next one. Fucking bubbles! This boss has a shield made of air bubbles. Nothing else. Only small projectiles that are easy to dodge. There is no pressure since the boss's shield is made of air bubbles which you use to breathe underwater, and this boss goes out without a sweat. Moving on. While not the easiest boss in the game, this has to be one of the stupidest ideas Eggman's ever had. You need to run on a treadmill in order to break Eggman's platform. Let me repeat that. Eggman, put the platform on top of the treadmill so Sonic could destroy it. Yes, I know there are small bombs that are really easy to dodge, but I'm still dumbfounded as to how this moron thought it was a good idea to have his platform be above a treadmill that Sonic could easily outrun. Then again, this guy did make the egg dealer later on, so you can never really tell with this guy. This boss is really a special kind of dumb, even for Eggman. Let's move on to the next zone before I get a concussion. This boss is probably one of the better ones in the game, but it's not really saying much since this is still not really anything special and kind of annoying in places. Basically, Eggman destroys the ceiling above him in order to drop debris on Sonic, and if Sonic doesn't die, he electrifies the floor, which triggers a magnet function, I think, that causes the platforms to rise, and your job is to jump on the debris platforms to hit Eggman 3 times. The annoying part is that if you miss, you'll be sent down 1 floor, but other than that, yeah, this boss really isn't anything special. It goes down without a hitch, but it's not so pathetic as to where it feels insulting. Let's move on to the next zone because, oh boy, the next boss is a special one. Oh boy, If there is any boss in this game I can describe as annoying, it's most certainly this one. While a legit cool idea, having to race the new Metal Sonic in STARDUST Speedway to Amy while Eggman chases you with an instant death laser, the execution was very poor to say the least. The main reason being because I swear, Metal Sonic's AI is rubber banded beyond all belief, always being able to catch up, and always blindsiding you with attacks that come out of nowhere, no matter how far in you are. I swear, sometimes racing this guy, it's like fighting an AI in a racing game. It's that bad. The track is also kind of annoying, especially with the random spikes they place in the middle of the road just to show that Metal Sonic can break spikes. I guess it's supposed to be a test of maneuverability, but you could do that with good level design instead of just placing random crap in the middle of the stage. Isn't this the type of crap people get into Sonic Advance 3 for? Honestly, this fight is also really disappointing. This is Metal Sonic's first fight, and it's really underwhelming, especially for such a cool character. And while it doesn't make this fight any better, thankfully Metal Sonic has been done more justice in recent years, with bosses like the ones from Sonic Mania, Generations, Heroes, and even the ones from Sonic 4 Episode 2 are pretty good. Thankfully, we haven't really had a bad Metal boss fight since that. Get out of here, Metal Infinite. You do not belong on here, you lazy piece of garbage. Anyways, on to the final boss. Behold, the easiest and least memorable final boss in the Genesis Quintology. This boss is mainly about playing the waiting game. Waiting for his easy to dodge attacks to be done with, and wait for his wings to enter the X formation so you can hit him. Repeat 3 times and watch the ending. I feel like this was trying to be something like, say, Final Zone, but ended up failing in the following ways. 1. You didn't have to wait as long for an opening of an attack in Final Zone as you would for this, making this boss a lot more tedious. 2. While Final Zone has less attacks, they also cover more of the screen, which does make it a bit more of a challenge. Meanwhile, the attacks here don't cover much of the screen, so it's really easy to dodge. And 3, the final boss doesn't really have much build-up. With Final Zone, we have the anticipation of Eggman being behind his laser at the end of Scrap Brain Zone Act 2, and then sending you in Labyrinth Zone Act 4. By the way, that level sucks. Heck, even with Sonic 2, we had Tails fly us up to Eggman's ship, with us holding on for dear life just to reach the Death Egg. Meanwhile, here, there isn't really any build-up. Most of the anticipation was for the Metal Sonic fight. So after that was done, there wasn't much anticipation to reach here. This feels more like an extra boss. Well, not the worst final boss in the series. Heck, it's not even the worst final boss in the classic series. It's definitely a D tier final boss. An underwhelming end to an underwhelming boss roster. Overall, the bosses in this game are really weak, even compared to the games that came before it. They're either way too easy, unnecessarily annoying, or just some of the stupidest ideas Eggman's ever had. I sometimes wonder if I'm being too harsh on these bosses, since this is one of the earlier Sonic games, but then I remember the boss selection from Sonic 1 and 2, which, while nothing to write home about, are still decently fun, and for a handful of them are actually pretty good. Meanwhile, I didn't really have fun with any of the bosses in this game, so even with the better ones, I still find them really boring. Anyways, this has been the Firebolt, and thanks for watching.